6:17 here on this Tuesday morning. It's 23 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 25 in Montego Bay. And you're right in time for the Tuesday headlines with Teeks with the Cheeks. Good morning. How are you?
I'm working on the cheeks. I'm going to the gym. Leave me alone. Good morning.
No, we love them.
Love them. Great morning, Yendi. Great morning, Dennis.
How are you?
Great morning, and great morning, Jamaica. Let's talk about the headlines. Let's jump right into it. That's, of course, just to find out from you guys. All is well on your end, yes?
Indeed.
Yes. Are you ready for the headlines? Because I'm ready for the headlines.
We are
yes.
ready.
Are we ready for the headlines? We're ready for the headlines. Let's do it. So, Security Ministry addresses plane landing. Of course, I'm sure we've all heard about this by now. The Security Ministry has moved to address initial security concerns surrounding a flight which landed in Jamaica on Thursday, May 2, 2024, carrying over 200 passengers after obtaining necessary permissions from the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority. The ministry explained that this decision was made after resolving the issues and out of humanitarian considerations. Despite having arrangements for accommodation and departure, immigration officials initially denied entry to the passengers due to security concerns uncovered during airport processing. However, the ministry noted that this decision was reconsidered, especially since many passengers had bookings at the Rock Hotel in downtown Kingston. The government ensured their supervised release and all travelers were properly managed. Their departure was finalized as of yesterday afternoon. I know that this
well yesterday morning, yesterday morning on Twitter, sorry, X, the narrative was quite different, and it was, I mean, trending towards a scandal and a crisis. As this, it seems as if everything needs to be a crisis and a scandal, or else some people don't feel good. But we need to be careful in terms of the narratives that we push. I didn't get the impression that there was anything, that there was any diplomatic crisis going on. But sometimes the way we speak about things and the way we treat things on a national level can cause us to have problems with our international counterparts. Yes. And so I was looking at it from, I mean, what is the Indian High Commission or what is the German embassy saying about this? Because I would be making some phone calls in those circles. I could not imagine that a plane just randomly landed and just people just walked out into downtown Kingston.
I'm like, you can just randomly land here?
No.
That's
but then to the contrary, what was apparent after reading what came from the ministry was that in fact our security checks and balances are working.
Yes.
Because the manifesto was received, but there were two people who are not on the manifesto, and that is what flagged the whole situation in the first place. Now, in my opinion, when I read that, I'm just like, okay, so the border protection is being enforced. It is working, so they're right to raise a red flag, because who are these two people and why weren't they on the manifesto? And from everything else and all indicators, proper protocols were observed so that they weren't treated as prisoners or people who were in breach or violation, but it was handled in a way that you would treat with any anything of this nature. So, I mean, I'm glad it didn't slip through the cracks. Those people were actually found.
And the truth is that we're not JFK, where we have enough people to sleep on, or to rest on the floor of the airport. So, like, realistically, we're going to put out these 200-odd people to make them stay in the airport.
I'm glad you brought that up, because this situation actually brought to my attention the fact that there is no detention facility at our airports. I thought every airport had to. Like, suppose you catch somebody with contraband or something illegal.
Somebody, but like 200 somebody.
2 people is one thing, 218 people is another.
I had an issue, though, with the number. Was it because I think I saw like a 240-something number.
But I believe that included the flight crew.
Okay.
So that was my interpretation of it, let me just be clear, was that the passenger number was one thing, and then the departure number of who left yesterday was higher, because obviously they have to account for the flight crew, which was a German-based flight crew, and the pilots. Well, pilots and flight crew are the same thing.
Yeah, 253, including crew members.
Correct.
Right. Okay,
correct.
Got it. Yeah.
But so again, we'll see what happens, and I'm glad that this actually happened, so it kind of brought about how these things work, what things are in place, and as you say, it shows that our systems are in place
Yeah.
and they're
I do
pretty
think, though,
effective.
that we have to be really careful with misinformation and with, listen, Twitter is, or X rather, is not just Jamaica. It's not localized. Everyone has access, and we don't want to be. We want to appear to be a open book, or rather, not an open book. What am I saying? Like an open gate, and anything can go on.
Exactly.
You know, no, there are structures in place, and things are in order.
Yeah. All right, next up, Custos calls for Zoso in Grange Hill. So the western end of the island has seen a surge in crime since the start of the year, with Grange Hill in Westmoreland becoming a notable hotspot. In just 1 week, 7 individuals lost their lives there. The government has imposed a curfew, which was welcomed by some residents. However, Custos of Westmoreland Reverend Canon Hartley Perrin believes the curfew alone is insufficient. He's advocating for more stringent measures to be put in place. Custos Perrin is urging the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, to organize a town hall inviting locals to discuss effective strategies for tackling crime in the space.
Well, there's not been a surge in crime in Western Jamaica. There has been a marginal increase based on the numbers that I've seen. There's been a particular uptick in crime in Grange Hill, more specifically, which is a particular community, because of a particular conflict between people in Grange Hill. And so so in terms of the Custos calling for a zone of special operations in Grange Hill, yes, I could see, because a zone of special operations is supposed to be in a very small localized space, and Grange Hill is indeed a small localized space. So he is expressing that opinion, which suggests that the zones of special operations actually work in terms of their ability to clear, hold, and build. But I think that the people in Grange Hill know who the people in Grange Hill, who is causing the problem. And I think that, you know, they just need to give them up. Or if they've fled, they need to... You see, somebody knows where they are. Somebody knows everything where you go on, somebody knows. So you want it to stop? We know how to stop it. You understand?
Yeah.
So let it stop. But things are not always as they seem on the surface. So, yeah. But I don't like the carte blanche statement of violence in the West is surging and that kind of a thing. Because, okay, show me the numbers then. Show me the numbers that substantiate that. Because that then creates an atmosphere of fear when it is not substantiated by fact. And we need to focus on facts and not feelings. You know, but we put feelings over facts these days, I guess.
Absolutely. All right, let's head over to some entertainment news now, right? So, an entertainment headline for you. The Met Gala 2024, Sleeping Beauties, yes, right? Sleeping Beauties, affectionately referred to as fashion's biggest night out, the Met Gala 2024 is a fundraising benefit for the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City that's held every year on the first Monday in May. This year's theme was Sleeping Beauties, Reawakening Fashion. So these are just some of the, of course, one of the huge things about the Met Gala is the fashion, okay?
Yeah,
it's very avant-garde, it's very, very interesting pieces. And so these were on display for us
it's just art. Like, you're just wearing art, because you'd never wear it on the road. But so I don't really pay it much mind, not my thing, but I did see some stuff trending, and I'd mention 2 of them. One, I saw, what's her name?
Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian was in a very interesting one.
Who looked like she was struggling to breathe.
Yes,
she was mouth breathing. She was like a fish out of water, literally.
She was wearing like a corset that was like...
and
see her there? There she is.
Hold on, no.
Her waist
she
was...
looked like, you know, I suppose, what do you call that era? It was Victorian or whatever, where them used to... No, and like her organs must have been balling out.
But she was cute, apparently. So That's what's important, apparently.
If you
at the
like
Met.
that sort of thing. But then, like, for me, if I was going to that, which I wouldn't, but if I was going to that, I'd wear a black tuxedo. I just wear a black tuxedo.
You would
and then the
be
people,
outside of
and
the
I
theme.
saw like, somebody sent me something. How dare these people wear a black tuxedo to the Met? And I'm
No,
like,
because Dennis, let me explain.
Yes.
Let me explain.
yeah.
Each year there is a theme. And so based on the theme, it was more garden, it was more
So you put one
Fairy
little
tale.
flowers on a black tuxedo, man.
mercy. It's a boutonniere.
And that is why
But,
Dennis is not invited to the Met.
That's
And that
right.
is why, I mean, I will...
But okay, look, okay, perfect. Don't move it. Please keep the graphic. That is Lewis Hamilton. Now look
Yes.
at the details on his jacket. Do you see
Yeah.
the the flower petals?
Oh, look at him trying for Dennis.
And listen, me I try to school him liquor. So he's on theme, but still keeping it very chic and timeless. You understand?
Need to go wear that.
I wish you could see Dennis' face right now. Yendi, failure.
I know.
Failure.
I
You have
love
failed.
Nicki Minaj's look. She looked fantastic. I also thought that Demi Moore was the belle of the ball. She looked absolutely fabulous. Zendaya also always gets it right, in my opinion. I think Laura Roach does a fantastic job with her styling. You know, I could go on and on.
We won't.
We will not.
Yes.
We will not.
Yes, darling. It was fabulous.
So why you have to
It was
talk in your
fabulous.
nose like that?
Some people talk about fashion.
If we follow them, we'll talk about fashion for the whole day.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's jump into
Time
it.
for a
So,
break.
who wants to be a sunriser is the question.
Yeah.
Who wants to be a sunriser?
But you know, all they have to do is watch and win with Sunrise all this week.
Of course, darling. We'll be testing how closely you've been watching all our Sunrise segments.
So make sure you pay special attention every week, every day this week, that is. Because why?
At the end of the week, darling, we'll be calling two lucky sunrisers and giving them a special Sunrise Pop Quiz. $25,000 cash could be yours.
But you must be a part of the Sunrisers community. So go to our social media pages and click the link in our bio now. And if you're not on social media, you can send us a WhatsApp message at 876-833-0897.
Awesome. So, yeah, and comment vas-tu ce matin?
Croissant?
Fluency Flex is up next after the break. Stick and stay.
I'm in trouble. It's French.